Hello my good students. Welcome to a new series of War on the Sea. This time we are playing as the US Naval Forces trying to attack the islands around Guadalcanal. We are this time playing with the Tokyo Express mod, which I have been thoroughly enjoying this past few days, and I think it is very much the way to play the game now. Absolutely an upgrade from the base game. So, thank you all very much for staying with us in that previous series. I think I need to say it was a bloody long one, and yeah, it had its ups and downs to it. Let's hope this one can be even stronger with less misplays and such. But for those of you that are new to the channel, I'd just like to say that we are certainly not about playing too seriously here. And thank you for those who have joined and stayed despite seeing that so many misplays. But more to come, I'm sure. So, before we jump in, I am going to say that with the Tokyo Express mod, for those that don't know, there are a lot, and I mean a lot of air combat situations, but not all of them are entirely important or critical. So I'm going to be skipping over those ones for the purpose of a smooth Let's Play. Why am I doing this? Well, a lot of them are just, scout engagements. A lot of your scouting will get involved with fights they can't win and such, and it's very, very minor, and just no need for people to watch that sort of content, I feel. Of course, if people want to start seeing that, I will start doing it, of course, but it will mean that we are doing scouting engagements every couple seconds. It's so frequent in this mod. Otherwise, I think that's about all I need to say here. Let's get going, shall we, and see what we have got to invade Guadalcanal with. So, first things first, we have a Task Force 1, which is our main invasion task force. You may see it is rather large, a massive escort here, but with only 3 supply ships. We have 2 Arcturus, or is that Archery? Not too sure there, and 1 Macaulay merchant ship. The 2 Arcturus carrying supplies for the Macaulay's 2,160 troops, which are going straight for Rennell Island. We're going to take this base here and use that as a staging ground, going straight for Guadalcanal afterwards. We're going to use this mostly to reduce the amount of planes the enemy gets, and to, of course, increase the amount we get in the field in this direction over here. For those that don't know, of course, you do get points on command points with the Tokyo Express mod by having more bases. You will get a very, very minimum amount of command points when sinking enemy ships. In fact, a maximum of 3 total command points per engagement, which is absolutely nothing. So that is something to consider there. Having said that then, we do also have a task force down here in Australia from the Cairns, going over to Cooktown to get some more troops, because the Cairns do not have that many troops defending them. So we're going to pick some up more from Cooktown. That's just another Macaulay, 2 Arcturus, and 2 Farragut destroyers as a light escort there. We will be able to use Milne Bay and Port Moresby and such, and these 2 over here, to provide air cover for those who are going to go straight over to Boona, which is something I want to do, because Australia, I find, is very easy to forget about in this game. At least it is in the base game, where nothing happens, because there's actually very little strategic importance from the islands, unlike now, where we need them for command points at least. We also have a submarine here, just 1 Tambor. I'm not going to go too heavy on submarines, I don't think, in this Let's Play, unlike with the Japanese, because the American dud chance is just too great. But I do like to have something to screen and do some minor scouting in front of us. We do also have, let's try and get hold of it, a force of 2 Fletchers and 1... Summers over here, and that's just to submarine screen over here. We're going to name this submarine group like that, and that's just, again, like I say, to screen for submarines and take minor air engagements away from our main task force here, which, because we do have an Indianapolis class, the Portland here, we are going to call it Sharkbait Task Force. Like that, to honour the American friends over there. Sharkbait. So, without any further ado, let's ruddy bloody go. And now this is daytime on the 6th of August. We're going to start launching some aircraft off of our cruisers here. Just going to launch some Kingfishers up to scout ahead, of course. The Kingfishers having far less reach and endurance than the Jakes do, that the Japanese have access to. So we are going to have to use them a little more wisely and double them up a little bit more, I think. I'm just going to send one like that over there. You see the terrible reach of them over here. Let's launch another off of the Brooklyn, which we missed. Let's go over here and go straight up, I think, past Guadalcanal and see if there's anything waiting for us there. We are going to launch, I think, some float planes, some Catalinas with torpedoes, just to see if we can get any surface task forces over here. And then we'll follow this up with something else in a second. We're going to get some lightnings over here, just a group of 4, I think. And we are going to load them with... Do we want to load them with rockets? Their endurance is much greater without it, but I think we're going to go for it. Actually, no, let's not. It's not too likely a enemy task force will be too close at the moment. We're going to actually cover the anti-submarine warfare ships over here because they are further in front and more likely to take air engagements at the moment. So I'll see you in a second. Alrighty then, so we have got some sort of air engagement over our anti-submarine warfare group, and it appears to be some roofs. I bloody love the idea of this plane. For those of you that have not seen a roof before, it is literally what it looks like. It is a 0 with a float attached to it. Absolutely brilliant design. Cannot floor us at all. So let's get our lightnings to engage that. So it was absolutely a good idea to have them here. But on the radar, we'd also have... Okay, it's coming up as some sort of bomber on the map, but this is just another scout. It does have a light bomb attached to it, though, as do the roofs over here. So we're going to sort these out, I think. We have shot down 2 already. There are more about, so let's sort that out, shall we? Just do a few minor adjustments to us over here. Excellent stuff there. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Should be easily down if our lightnings decide to shoot, and they do. Lucky stuff there, eh? Yeah, all of the roofs are down. Easy stuff. So we're just going to go for the one. I think it's a Jake. Must be a Jake. It's a Jake with floats, so it's a catapult launched. Excellent stuff. The TTE mod launching so many new planes to us. Let's have a look. It might be a route. No, it's not a route. Hayabusa. Oh, Key 43 Hayabusa. Lovely stuff. Let's see. It's obviously not a Bessie or a Nell, but that's all down. So our task force here is now safe. Lovely stuff. And just after that, we have spotted a task force over here with our Kingfisher. This is what I was expecting, not necessarily hoping to see. 4 destroyers, 1 light cruiser, 1 heavy cruiser. So let's try and get our Kingfisher to stay on top of that for as long as we can. And let's get a Kingfisher from over here. We did launch another one from the Brooklyn. See if it can circle that. We do have some Catalinas ready to take that on, but we are going to try and help those out a little bit with some more torpedo bombers, some Mariners, I think. And we're going to launch all of those possible, and they're going to come over and help us out, I think, because float planes by themselves will not do much. Going to ignore that then and carry on. Lovely, lovely stuff. Oh, another air engagement over here. Let's take that, I think. Let's take that. Lovely stuff. Get our air radars on to give us some sight. Right on top of us, is that? No, 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 no. Of course, that's our lightnings, you fool. Oh, we got some Mavises. Got another scout and another scout. So, of course, the Mavises are the top priority. But we are going to have to go through these scouts first, I think, with our lightnings. Should not be difficult at all. Let's sort those out, eh? Let's sort those out. Come on, mate. Come on, mate. Let's just compress time a little bit there to make things a little easier. Little quicker there. Brilliant stuff there. Our anti-submarine warfare group is safe to go for a couple more hours at least until they launch a few more planes at us. Let's carry on then and see what is going on. I'm going to watch this task force with some eager eyes there, I think. Enemy aircraft spotted near Port Moresby. It's okay, it's just a little scout there. It should be alright. So we do have some lightnings protecting our force over there. And we are going to quickly skip over this one. Right, an update for you. Under the cover of night, we did manage to approach Rennell Island with actually, of course, during the day, very, very few air engagements, which is rather surprising. Contrary to my previous experience, I can tell you that. So let's unload all cargo and get this invasion underway, shall we? Let's see how that's ticked our balance of power. So we are just about supplied well enough with 2,610 troops on the ground there. We're going to take this level 1 airfield, no problem at all. So what we're going to do is actually come out and retreat, but we're going to tell our supply ships to split from group like this, and they're going to go back undefended back to the New Hebrides over here. So let's just get that right, shall we? That's going to take 34 hours, not a problem. And they can go back and get some more troops and supplies, perhaps to invade Guadalcanal in the later days. So having said that, let's go back to this group, and they're going to pull away from the Rennell Island there, and just to come back and try and stay in the field here, stay in play for a bit longer, I think. It is, of course, night time, so we've got no scouts in the air. I'll see you with another report. Well, a weird one for you here. We've managed to get to our Australian invasion force over to Buna without interference. Genuinely no air threats at all. They've had some scouts flying around, but nothing going directly for our task force here. And the same has been true of our sharkbait task force and such over around Guadalcanal. No air intervention whatsoever. Even though we are taking Rennell Island, the airfield should still be active for the enemy. And of course, they do have Guadalcanal and the Florida Islands to launch planes off of as well. And with extensive scouting, we've not seen anything. This is rather unusual. By now, I'd expect to see like perhaps battleships or carriers. We lost that task force earlier that we did sight. No sign of that whatsoever. So let's just unload all cargo here, shall we? And try taking Buna. It's going to take quite a while, actually. That's far more troops than I expected to be there. So we'll see if we can get back and resupply that, reinforce that within a time limit, or within the time it's going to take to actually invade that. That's going to be a tough ask, though, unfortunately. It will take 45 hours just to get back to Australia, and that might not be enough time to launch this invasion successfully. That is rather unfortunate, but we shall try and keep pushing forwards. We will not let that deter us here. We will not be pushed back at this stage of the game. I'm going to try and get in some sort of engagement for you. That would be rather nice, wouldn't it? We might push up our two task forces here under the cover of night. Get the patrolling just randomly around here. I'm going to do that with both of us. This will put us under a major threats from air around all of these islands here. A level 4 airfield on the Shortland Islands there, and a level 3 over here. That's not going to be safe at all during the day. But what can we do? You need to find some action. Let's get going. Well, this is the only contact we've had in the past few hours of this game, and that is just one merchant ship outside of Buna. So we're going to try and sort this out. We brought in some lightnings equipped with HVAR rockets. Should be rather enough to sort this out very easily. One shot, maybe go around for a pass with our strafing kit, our machine guns, of course. And we are being tailed by some air groups, but it looked at on the map. So let's go in for this and see if that enemy air group makes an appearance, shall we? Wow, that was obviously not going to be a dead strike sink there, but we're going to come around for another strafing run just to finish the job. Even with the minimal AA on this, though, it did manage to down one of our lightnings, which is rather amusing there, I think is the best way to put it. Let's get them all to attack again. Excuse me, bloody hell. Excuse me there, my voice just failing. Yeah, let's go straight. We do have a very nice looking fire coming out on the stern of this ship, but I would like to reinforce that all of our planes are smoking. Why is AA so strong when it's used against us in this game? Honestly, we have such bad luck with it, but we should. Yeah, there we go. Lovely little explosion on the bow of the ship there. Let's take a quick action report. It's heavy damage. Heavy indeed. Let's go back and tell them to attack again. Get them to turn around. One more strafing run should do it, ladies and gentlemen. Try and have some good luck here, shall we? Do apologise. This is the height of excitement for you in this episode so far. We will try and get something a bit meatier, I think, before we end the episode. Just a little meaty. A nice bit of Christmas meat for us, eh? So we can go back home in time for it after the war. Come on. There we go. Lovely little explosion. We can probably leave that to burn down now. So let's get our lightnings to pair up and have a look at staying in contact with it, but not actually engaging it, shall we? Like this, I think. Brilliant stuff there. We do also see a small destroyer task force coming over here with 2 destroyer escorts and 1 main destroyer. We may have a look at that. In the meantime, before we start that, we do have some Catalinas doing some light scouting over here in case I have some sort of aircraft carrier. Seen that out there before. I do of course have some Kingfishers actually returning to base. So we're going to launch those again. Let's bring the UI over here a second. Launch some aircraft off of everything. Keep our scouting active. Just like that, I think. Go all the way up, as close as we can to a ball there. Go over with our Indianapolis's plane over here. Go straight up. Try and circle around like that. We have actually still seen very minimal air interference, actually, which is rather strange. Not going to complain, but it makes for some very boring viewing. So let's go with, I think, Mitchell's would be a bit overkill, I think. What sort of loadouts can our Beauforts get? We could get a bomb each. What sort of endurance would that give us? Let's have a look at the rangefinder here. We can certainly make it. We might try our luck with some skip bombing, actually. Let's try with some sap bombs because it will be lightly armoured targets. Sap, for those that don't know, meaning semi-armour piercing. Let's go straight over there and have a look at that. Not the most practiced with skip bombing. Oh, what have we sighted here? Another destroyer escort. Excellent stuff. We could try and engage that actually with our main task force here. So let's ignore that, but try and keep sight with it and go straight over like that. Let's bring the UI, forever shifting the UI when you take it into custom position there. This Kingfisher should keep contact with it. Let's cycle through our Kingfishers to double check their orders. I don't think I sent any in that direction, did I? We kept this one over. Let's bring this around, just a circle like that, shall we? Now let's see how all that pans out. And we have immediately sighted somehow right on top of us. Don't know how we sighted them. 3 enemy submarines on top of our Sharkbait task force. So what we're actually going to do is, now that we know they're there, we're going to change to a line ahead formation. And that should make things a little easier to spot the torpedoes and of course evade them. So what we're going to do is put all of our sonar and depth charge capable ships in the front. Hopefully they will not take any hits, and we're going to see how that goes. I think let's get into it, shall we? Hopefully nothing else on the horizon, but we are going to turn, of course, all our radars and sonars on. Going to turn off evade, actually. I think that might be something to do with why our ships do not obey their formation commands in the previous series. If we see hazards, we will evade them manually, because of course that always. What is this? Why Why did we not see these Mavises in the air beforehand? Well, that's going to be fun, isn't it? And there's currently no sign of enemy torpedoes. We are going to slow down for our sonar to start working properly. We are going to start turning, though, with some of our ships. I think we're going to start turning. Oh, here we go. There we go, there we go, there we go. There's even more. These are Emilys. Jesus Christ. How many things they want to send to us in this battle? What the hell? Well, okay, we are going to start braking and turning like such. We're going to turn straight at them with our destroyers. Atlanta can break off and turn to ports there. Portland, I think, can do the same. Do a small turn like that. Brooklyn, I think, can turn in. That should be safe from anything. I think the Brooklyn and New Orleans can actually form up into a line ahead themselves, actually like that. So they'll follow on each other, make things a little less micromanaging for us. Where are those torpedoes? There were 3 destroyers though, so there is very likely to be 2 more spreads coming our way. And what is that? Is right on top of our Warrington. Let's go straight over there, shall we? Turn, turn, turn. Where is it? It's not at periscope level. There is one over there for the Summers to go for. Let's get that, shall we? The Benham. Okay, we can see the torpedoes there. So we're actually going to turn out like this to port. Atlanta, yeah, you definitely need to pick up your speed. And I think we're going to turn in like that. Just a little bit. What are these Emilys doing? So much to think about. Jesus Christ, it looks like they're dropping. They did miss, and they launched all of them on one destroyer. Fair enough, I'll take that. I'll take that. You need to turn, you need to turn, you need to turn. Why not turning like we said earlier? Atlanta, how are you doing? I think you're going to be okay. You can stop turning, otherwise you're going to catch them. You can slow down, otherwise. Portland, you need to speed the hell up. You need to speed the hell up and actually turn in. Brooklyn and New Orleans should be fine with those, but we do of course need to think about these Mavises coming in. Have we spotted re-established contact with the number 1? Not a problem. We get the Benham over that, I think. Get the Warrington over here, I think. Oh, it's just let's actually turn it down. Let it stop a second. Looks like they're going for the Atlanta and the Benham. Jesus Christ. And of course, perhaps the Portland. Portland, please do as I say. Please turn round, evade the torpedoes, and of course, the airdrop ones. So much shit going. Atlanta, increase your speed, otherwise you're going to get hit by these torpedoes. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Down them before they drop. Excellent stuff. Maybe one more before it drops. That'd be lovely stuff. It looks like we're going to evade stuff here. We are going to keep turning, however, just in case. In New Orleans, how are you looking over here? We might just be... Yeah, we're going to evade these by the looks of it. You can just about see the stream. It's going to come over here. So what we're going to do is slow down there. Brooklyn, you can stop. You can stop, absolutely. Okay, so how are we looking over here? Let's take a breather, everyone. Let's just pause. Let's just pause. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And then have a little scream. Alright, so what we're going to do is make sure this New Orleans does in fact dodge this torpedo. And then we're going to have a look at everything else. We're going to stop with the Atlanta to help out our sonars and to make sure we do not collide with anything. The Benham's going to stop as well, just to get things under control there. I think we're going to carry on moving with the Summers. Just bring that down though. We have dodged everything over here. So let's pause again, try and get on top of everything. I do apologise for all of the pausing, but we need to make sure we don't take any losses here. I would hate to lose anything at this stage of the game. So let's see, the Warrington should be pretty much just over this this submarine. Let's turn its speed down a tad, and it should need to turn to port to get its rear on top. There we go, right on top of it. Let's actually get some depth charges off as soon as we can. Increase the seconds there and fire away. Lovely stuff, lovely stuff. Oh, that is beautiful. Please get some decent hits. Excellent stuff. So the difficult thing here is going to be repositioning the Warrington to get a decent firing solution, a second depth charge load onto this submarine. It's not looking like it's taking any decent damage at the moment. We would prefer some more direct hits. Shall we wait for this one and look at a action report? I think, oh, I got some lovely damage there onto the rudder and propellers by the looks of it. So let's take a report. That one is on moderate damage and moderate flooding. We could possibly wait for that, but I think we're going to try and hit it again. So let's increase our speed once more. The other submarine we did sight was towards this sort of area here. So what I'm going to do is tell the Atlanta to move out of the way, and then we can get the Benham in on that, I think. But otherwise it's just waiting to find a decent position. I'm sure we did only see the one spread of torpedoes there. So what we might do is actually, well, we might not do anything. We are looking out for 2 more sets of torpedoes from the other submarines. One of them we have not actually spotted yet, so it might still be waiting to strike. So what we're going to do actually is get a Kingfisher over and try and search for that if it is indeed still at periscope depth. So we do need to start turning with the Warrington here, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so we have now caught sight of all 3 submarines. They are fairly close together there, and they're not in a position to attack us. So what we're going to do is get the Warrington over the number 3 here. Benham perhaps go for the number 1, but the Warrington can pass over the 3 again, then go straight for the 1. Summers is going for the number 2 perhaps. So let's get that turned round actually, like that. Keep an eye on Warrington here. You can turn a little bit more, keep your speed down to help your sonar, and to make sure we do not overshoot it. But speaking of overshooting, let's compress some time here and pause and get our course just a little bit better actually. So that one did actually flood out. That is brilliant stuff. So what we can do with the Summers is actually tell it to go straight over, keep its speed over, and this one is right on the surface, just under periscope depth there. What's happened here? Why is the Portland being struck? We did not see that extra thing. That's 2 torpedoes. What the hell? Oh no. No sign of that at all. No sign of that. That means we're going to have to send the Portland back already. Jesus Christ. Let's make sure we don't take any further damage. The New Orleans can increase speed and turn in, of course. Oh dearie dearie dear. Alright, how are we doing over here? Let's fire off some depth charges already, please. And actually start reversing over that for added effect if we can. Should be okay to dodge these with the New Orleans here. Just want to make sure though. Now, that is a terrible loss for us at this stage of the game. The Portland class over there, we're going to have to send that straight back, and that has really reduced the efficiency of our firepower in this task force. I would have much preferred at least a destroyer getting hit. Let's see. Looks like we've got some glancing hits here. What's this? A number 3? No, we did not get any hits. Excellent stuff. That's what I'd like to hear. Well, Jesus Christ. That was something else. I've never had an engagement like that before. So many submarines and aircraft in one engagement. Then we were so close to not taking any damage whatsoever there. I think I am going to send this Portland back to repair itself. That is rather sad. Such a crying shame that we got to do that on only the 3rd day of being operational, and it's not too likely we'll see that again with the amount of damage it's taken and the time it's going to take to repair that. But we can only hope. But Having said that, it is unfortunately all the time we have today, unfortunately. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to hear your comments in the section below. Your feedback is always very much appreciated, and I hope you very much enjoyed the start of the new series here. And I hope to see you in the next episode. But in the meantime, I've been the Edified Gamer, and I hope all your nights and days are auspicious. Goodbye.